Welcome back to What My Dad Does, and today we're looking at how to fix and cut skirting. Stay to the end of the video for 2 top tips. And so there's 3 things you really need to know about skirting: internal corners, external corners, and how to fix them to the wall. Let's start with external corners. They're the easiest one. Most of our rooms are square. Most of your corners are going to be 90 degrees. Very simply, you just need to mitre them to 45 degrees each, and that gives you your corner. One tip I will give you now before the end is when I've got a short couple of bits of skirting, like this, not long bits, if I've got short bits, these are actually cut to length. These actually fit in that corner. This end's even been scribed to butt up to another bit. What I will do now is I will glue and nail this corner so it is absolutely as perfect as I can get it. I don't like external corners where they're just open a little bit and just need to fill it a little bit. Don't do that, because when they've been hit by a hoover a few times, that filler is just going to fall out and you're going to end up with an open gap, which looks really horrible. So if you nail and glue it now and then take that away and fit that, you know that that corner is absolutely sharp and perfect. And that's what I tend to like to do. Obviously, you need to make sure they're the correct length before you do that. But when they're short like this, it's easy to do that. And then I'm going to glue, nail that and fit it. Internal corners are different. You don't mitre internal corners, you scribe them. So the easiest way to do that, this is a very plain bit of skirting, admittedly, but this works for any profile of skirting. What you would do is just cut the end you want to scribe at 45 degrees on your mitre saw, which is what I've done here. And the profile of that is this line here up and that shape there. So you don't have to put this on another bit of skirting and draw around it or anything like that. Just cut it 45 degrees and the 45 degrees gives you the shape. Here's one I've just done, just cut out. So I cut that at 45 degrees. I've then cut the shape out. And as you can see, that fits nicely there. And that works with any profile of skirting. Lastly, fixing it to the wall. There's 2 different types really. The first type, on block walls, I like to put grab adhesive on the back of my skirting, and then I use a nail gun to put pins in it, just to pull it tight. The reason I like to do that is because if you put a big old screw in there, you've got a lot of filling to do, and no matter how many times I fill that hole and I rub it down, I can always see it. It's really annoying. So I just use nail pins, and that doesn't seem to happen because obviously the head is a lot smaller. I always put grab adhesive on it no matter how I'm fixing it. I just find it just doesn't ever move. So you don't ever get that cracking along the top. The other way, of course, if you're on a stud wall, what I would tend to do, I would tend to screw that, obviously countersink the hole and screw it straight into the stud behind it. Again, I use a bit of grab adhesive, just seems to hold it better. So the 2 top tips that I promised you. So firstly, when you're fitting your skirting, make sure it is vertical and not fitted like that. Because obviously when you get to a corner, if it's like that, and you've got another bit coming off here, none of this is going to match up. Always try and make sure that is vertical. These walls have been freshly plastered, so I always go along and I just nibble at the bottom, make sure that it is flat and vertical before I fit my skirting, so my skirting is upright. That way, when you join up in the corner, you're going to get a nice corner. And the second tip is I always work around a room. I never do a bit here, bit there, a bit over there, bit back here. I start in a corner, which normally has 2 flat ends, so I might start against a bit of architrave or something, flat end, work around the next bit. The end needs to be scribed, but the other end can be a square cut. So when I fit that bit with the scribe against the other bit of skirting, if it needs trimming, I'm just trimming a flat end. If I've scribed both bits and I need to trim a bit off, I've got to re-scribe that end, which is going to waste a lot of time. So work around the room. That'll be the quickest way you can do it and the easiest thing you can do. Finally, as a bonus tip, because I simply just thought of it, but if you're using pins into a block wall, try and put them at an angle. If you put them straight in, obviously they can pull straight out. If you put them at an angle, they can't pull out because they've got a section of block behind them. So if you are going to use a nail gun, or even if you're just going to hammer a pin in, put them at a very slight angle and you'll get a better grip. Anyway, I hope all those help. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment. I'll try and get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.